Bonjour, bonjour, welcome back to my channel. I'm the MC. I'm a tattoo artist based in Atlanta Village. Check some of my work. I'm gonna put that below the link on my social media and my portfolio. I hope everybody's doing great today. So today we're gonna be talking about something that caught my attention, and you guys can kind of let me know if I'm wrong. But anyways, I've been busy and I've been just posting once a week now, only Wednesdays. Unfortunately, I've been busy working. As you guys know, I'm a tattoo artist, so I have to work because right now, I gotta pay the bills, gotta pay my automobiles. Anyways, something caught my attention. So I received a message on Instagram, obviously a DM. One of you guys mentioned that if I was quitting Yu-Gi-Oh because I've been not posting too much, and I was like, no. I mean, a lot of you guys were messaging. I've seen a few messages coming up about that, and I'm like, no, I'm not quitting Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm just unfortunately, I'm an adult and I have to pay, and unfortunately, I'm not a full-time content creator or Yugituber or YouTuber, because I don't consider myself completely a Yugituber because I do other video games as well. I try, but I'm like, no, I have to work, unfortunately, and I don't have too much time to post. But when I do, I try to give you guys some entertainment, and I know it's like not the best duelist, but anyways, it reminded me that on one of the streams I had, we were talking about what was happening with Konami. A few guys were like, hey, is this gonna, what I was talking was gonna probably be an issue in the future with Konami or anything. And then one of you guys mentioned about Farfa, that he was no longer on to being Yugituber. So anyways, while I was minding my own business on YouTube, watching videos while I was working, a video popped up and caught my attention about Yu-Gi-Oh, Konami, and the Yugitubers. And it was funny because they were showing, I'm not in Twitter, so they were showing some proofs and kind of like tweets about Farfa quitting not quitting Yu-Gi-Oh, but more like not associating himself anymore with Konami, which got me, it's not worried, but got me surprised. So we're gonna react to this video because I've been, I don't know if it's it's not a clickbait video, but bruh, I've been busy with other things that I'm like, am I missing something? If is this like a domino effect? Because if you guys remember, like a few months ago or a month ago, there was another duelist. She quit, and it was just crazy. Everybody was like, oh my god, people were quitting Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's been a minute I don't talk to you guys, and just probably instead of like showing you guys myself losing on Master Duel or getting my ass kicked on Dragon Ball Z, on Sparking Zero, might as well just talk about what is going on. I mean, if Farfa is actually like like cutting ties with Konami, disassociating with Konami, this is very interesting. This is at the same time like, I don't know. Let's watch it instead of me just talking and rambling, right? All right, so I moved myself more to the right side, and so we can read the comments. I know I'm supposed to read the comments after the video, but I like to kind of be prepared what it is. So the video itself, it's named Konami's Yugitubing sponsorship program is dead. Which props to the creator, which is Mega Capital G. They have 138,000 followers, so it's a big deal, And then we have here, pinned by them, Team APS 5 days ago. So this video was made 6 days ago. So this is telling me it's recent, okay? This is not just like years ago, probably a few months ago. It says, I've been in both sides and there's so much to say. Good video. So this is video, and they have I think they have like 50 something thousand, 500 something thousand, subscribers. So this is actually interesting to see. Creative different translate to, I signed an NDA and I can tell you the truth about this dirty company without legal reprisal. So I am gonna go ahead, instead of keep reading, I just wanted to read the top 2 comments, and from there we're gonna watch the video. We're gonna react it again. They did an 8 minutes and 40 seconds video, so we're gonna see, and I might pause it as well, because I dang, is this true? Oh my god, let's see, right?
Often known as Yugitubers, really have come a long way in regards with working with Konami. From the dark age days where recording at large-scale events like a YCS was completely prohibited, all the way up until today, where Konami actually sponsors certain ones and will even have them commentate the biggest tournaments up to and including the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship. Or maybe they'll just send them new products early to open to showcase for the community. It's truly one of the biggest 180s you could ever imagine out of a company, and something I probably wouldn't have believed during the 5Ds or Zexo eras when Konami pretty much ignored us altogether. However, recently, Konami took a massive L as they lost arguably their most notable and, in my opinion, most talented sponsored content creator as...
Oh shoot. Dang. So okay. So there is a receipt. Let's hear it.
Massive Yugituber and Twitch streamer Farfa announced on Twitter that he was no longer associated with Konami in any shape or form.
So yeah.
Farfa stated that he would no longer be doing any YCS.
Okay, so we see here all the tweets from his account. So this is actually backed up with his videos. So here it says, hello, you just want to tell everyone, but going forward, I'm no longer associated with Konami in any shape or form. You won't see me doing YCA's casting, box opening, or hosting Challenge Cup for a while due to creative difference. I'm going to be on a new journey now. What? Dude, marica, this is actually true. So what I see about this is that he is most likely like he's no longer gonna be doing what Konami asked him to do. And maybe I'm trying to read more about it. Comment down below, what do you guys think he's trying to say? But my perspective is, I am gonna be doing other content, create more content of a different type, and I believe, quote unquote, me, DMC, believe that when you're under Konami's schedule, or kind of like their planning, you cannot do any other content besides Yu-Gi-Oh. If you're sponsored to do, if you're sponsored by Konami and everything like that, you're not supposed to do anything or even posting or anything without having the permission of Konami. So now he's completely disassociating himself with Konami. So dang, box opening? That is interesting, dude. That is interesting. I know a lot of Yugitubers wish to be sponsored by Konami, but this is interesting. And I know Farfa is a big... And this was on October 10th. How did I miss this? Jesus. Oh, yeah, it's been a month now, I guess, right? Yeah.
Casting, box openings, or hosting Challenger Cup events in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel for a while, and that this split was due to, quote-unquote, creative differences. Aside from the shocking announcement that seemingly came out of nowhere, the creative differences part was something that stood out like a sore thumb and immediately caught my attention.
Yeah.
I say this because while the collaborative partnerships between officially sponsored Yugitubers and Konami have been wildly successful and benefit both parties in a significant way, most of the YouTube content itself spawned from these sponsorships isn't exactly profound, transcendent, or, in my opinion, really even that interesting. Sure, box openings give us an early look into the TCG World premieres from core sets, or a good look at the rarity breakdowns of sets ahead of time so that players can make their plans around buying sealed product versus singles accordingly.
Interesting.
But at the end of the day, they're not that different from standard box openings that you can get from a dozen other channels if that's the type of content you're looking for. In the same vein, pretty much the same can be largely said about the Content Creator Week, where Yugitubers break down new archetypes or legacy support coming from said sets. Outside of the TCG exclusive stuff, by the time these videos are hitting your YouTube feed, not only are you fully aware of the cards due to their OCG reveals, but chances are you've already watched other YouTubers review them or even put them into action in dual videos showing off their potential months ago. Outside of just liking the content creators themselves, I'd argue that there's not a lot of reason to watch these videos, especially considering there's not gonna be much new information or anything transcendent coming from them. Enter my good friend Nadir, better known as Farfa, who actually did interesting, profound, and transcendent content related to and with official Konami employees or people who had official connections with Konami and were familiar with the inner workings.
Do you imagine?
So you probably know exactly where I'm going with this. But
yes.
For those who don't, I'm referring to Farfa's interview videos held at Konami offices in Europe, where he interviewed then product manager for Europe Konami, Matt Bell. In this series,
wow, so he's big. Oh man, Konami. Dang, you fumble so bad. Look how big. What could have been? What could have been? It's so weird. It's so weird.
Of videos, Matt gave Farfa insights related to Yu-Gi-Oh products, gameplay, and marketing. This includes topics such as how Konami views first turn kills in the competitive environment, the ever-changing and always controversial time rules of Yu-Gi-Oh, how far back Konami designs cards for specific sets, how they choose what cards to be reprinted,
amazing,
the idea of the official Yu-Gi-Oh simulator, which we all know eventually became Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel, and much, much more. It should be.
So my thing is, like, I think, and it's not, there are so many Yugitubers that are so proactive with the whole community of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm going to probably talk about myself. If you guys hear something snoring, it's Mika, okay? He just got here. So I know it's going to sound crazy, or I might sound like being maybe too exaggerated, but there is a certain level of burnout, you know. And I think Farfa has been one of the Yugitubers. I know Team Samurai has been always on Yu-Gi-Oh, like content creating, like Yugituber nonstop. I have to give props to these people. Like, these Yugitubers are amazing. Farfa, Team Samurai, so on. So the thing is, you get burned out, you know. I barely make any content, and I'm already like, how can I make something entertaining, you know? And these, like, they make Yu-Gi-Oh stand out for the community. Without them, I think there is not as much as people interested. Like, even if, like, while you're driving or something, you watch them play duels and make the commentaries. Farfa, he does a lot of, like, live streams and talk about memes and stuff like that. But it's related to Yu-Gi-Oh! So just cutting ties from people that promote your job or something, promote your product, have to be like, dude, if I was a company and I see that Farfa is asking for like certain things, or I would try to work around it, because they are the ones that are promoting my product. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Sorry, I went a little tangent here.
An inside view of how the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG is not only run, but also
that is awesome.
Important decisions related to products and gameplay are made. In my opinion, it was interesting content.
Yeah.
Especially considering that the TCG Konami has a very, very long history of being extremely secretive and absolutely terrible when it comes to transparency and communication with their audience related to the decisions on this game. Why do the TCG and OCG have completely different ban lists?
It is.
Why do certain cards get hit on the Forbidden and Limited list? Again, they don't tell
Have
us.
you considered
Although,
the long?
ironically, they
Okay.
actually have a long history of explaining their moves in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links of all things. These are all fair, albeit harsh or tough questions that I think players would want to know the answers to. Farfa's interview series with Konami in Europe was the closest thing that we had to getting actual answers to these burning questions that players have been asking for years, or just answers to questions that we didn't even know we wanted the answers to. Were they the
Yeah,
most popular
such an
Yu-Gi-Oh!
amazing
videos
work,
under the sun?
dude. That's
Definitely not, especially compared to his most recent Master Duel content. However, again, that series took us behind the curtain in a way that Konami rarely allows. And Matt Bell was willing to do multiple videos of this kind,
Yeah.
which I really give him big kudos for.
Yeah.
Maybe I speak purely for myself when I say this, but I would have definitely been interested in seeing more content of this nature in the future. This is purely speculation here because I haven't actually asked Nadir what specifically led to his split with Konami in terms of those quote-unquote creative differences.
Yeah,
But if I had to
I
take a
think,
stab in the dark
I
or-
think, we have to sometimes respect decisions. Definitely, there was something. If he didn't specify what was the thing, then there is sometimes things that you should not like. You should not test the water. So it's like if he just put creative content, creative content, let's just leave it like that. Unfortunately, probably in the future he'll come up with a video explaining what happened. But it's just sad to see that the person who had like a little more voice than Konami didn't listen to all of us as duelists actually just is not going to be there anymore, you know? I mean, I think he have posted a few Yu-Gi-Oh content lately, like videos and memes, but it's like he will no longer kind of have that connection, you know, with the company. Maybe I'm just, oh man.
Just a little bit of a guess, I'd probably guess that while he still loved doing European YCS and other event casting coverage, he was probably looking to do more ambitious content with Konami.
That would have been
similar to his
awesome.
interview series that he had done in the past.
Yeah.
Box openings can be entertaining content
It
for
is.
those looking for that, but generally speaking, I've noticed that a lot of the sponsored Yugitubers don't seem to have much passion for it, and it's
That's
almost
true.
more like a chore for them to have to shoot those videos.
Yeah.
There's little to no real excitement when they open the
It's
packs.
true.
Like, it's cool maybe the first couple of times,
I gotta
like,
be honest, it is. I've seen a few people opening packs and they just start running. Like, I know it's a lot, but it's just, I don't know if it's like, okay, I have to do this because of Konami, you know? And
Konami sends you a couple of free booster boxes of the new
I think it's
sets,
just-
but when you've been doing that for multiple years and it's not really even your main style of content to begin with, I think the passion for it is understandably gone. And
That's what I was
creators feel the
talking,
pressure
you
to
know?
keep doing the videos to keep the partnership with Konami rather than doing the videos just
They
because
just
they
like-
want to. I think the real problem with being sponsored by Konami as a Yugituber outside of the YCS and potential Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship free all expenses paid trips, which yes, Tombox and Farfa, if you guys see this video, I am completely jealous of. To my understanding, Konami largely has creative control over what type of content you make, post, and when you post
wow.
whatever it is that you made for them.
wow.
This may seem like a
You see? Interesting. So Konami control, that's kind of the thing. They control what you post, and that's unfortunately the thing that comes with being kind of like sponsored by Konami, you know?
small deal for non-Yugitubers, but when you have a channel such as Farfa that largely excels at humor and comedy-based Yu-Gi-Oh content, having someone say, hey, we know you're really good at making funny Yu-Gi-Oh videos and such, and you've even built a brand and your audience around that, but we really need you to throw all that out of the window and do a 20-minute box opening showing off this crappy set that we need to sell in a month.
Wow.
It pretty much goes
Wow,
against the
this
nature
video,
of the
oh my god. They went straight for it. Oh my god, really good point. I must say that's a really good point. So, unfortunately, it's like we were talking on the live stream, like I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, in one of the streams that we were talking about how the sets are just like, it doesn't make sense. The prints, how many prints there is. We're not pulling what we want. And yet we have to be saying that this set is amazing, Obviously, you guys know I'm not sponsored by Konami. My channel's a little too small, and I don't think Konami wants a always losing person on Master Duel to promote Yu-Gi-Oh! Plus, to be honest, as you guys know, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm a big fan. I know I sound like a broken record. The reason why I'm an artist is because of Yu-Gi-Oh! As well as part of it. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, some in Dragon Ball Z. And it's just sad to see that. However, like, I know times and years change, right? But I feel like Konami is now just doing is like money printing at this point. They just want you to spend money, and at this point you're not even pulling what you need. So I definitely feel that is happening. And I was talking to Dao King that Jesus, I feel like right now Yu-Gi-Oh! It feels weird. It's in a weird stage. I don't know what it is. It's in a weird stage that I still feel joy, but it's like we kind of plateau. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Comment down below what do you guys think. Maybe I'm going through a phase. Wow.
Themselves and potentially everything they're good at. Does that really make all that much sense? I think the point here is that the juice really isn't worth the squeeze, especially for major Yugitubers with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. This sponsorship requires you to make and post content that might not be your niche or specialty, and to do it on Konami's release timetable nonetheless.
Oh wow.
Just to get some crappy product that
got a schedule
probably didn't want anyways. It'd be one thing if Konami also gave these YouTubers an exclusive peek into the card design process for upcoming cards, or some type of special access that their audience would really be interested in seeing. But if the payoff is just going to be some free product, I wouldn't be surprised or shocked to see more of them drop out, as
that's true.
They get tired of making the same.
And that's what happened with the duelist that dropped 2 months ago. 2 months or 3 months ago, I can't remember. It's insane that, and I've went to YCS, I went to regionals. You guys, I have videos of me going out of town, flying. I even had a whole dilemma with Delta because I wanted to fly to Texas. I went through a lot. And even if, I'm not saying you guys, like, Konami have to pay me anything, dude, because who am I? So the thing is, what about the people that are, like, competing completely, like, top, like champions and so on, and top 5, we're talking about stuff like that. My problem is that they have complained so much that they don't get any reward. What is the reward? What do you get? I don't know what is the term with the ones that are sponsored by Konami. I don't know if they only get free stuff, or they fly them out, or they get everything paid, they get a salary. But I won't be surprised to know that you are having a great amount of followers on YouTube, and you're doing a content that you feel like it's froze, like it's completely like, what am I doing next, right? Just because it's on the agenda of Konami. So if that's the case, I will understand why dropping off, of Konami makes sense.
Again, for Konami, personally, I applaud Nadir for his decision, and when he returns to his sponsorship, I really hope that Konami gives him the opportunity to branch out and post the type of content that he truly wants to, rather than the same crap that they've been forcing out for the past few years, which is pretty much the SOP of their program. Anyways, whatever you guys think of this, or anything related to Yugitubing sponsorships with Konami, you leave that in the comment section below, and thank you guys for watching. As always.
So definitely this kind of conclude. I hope that when he I don't know if he's back. I checked and he's still posting some memes and stuff like that. But I do, if he comes back, I hope he does what he wants, you know. Definitely, I'm gonna say your well-being is what matters. So if he felt like he was being burned out, I fully understand, you know. I'm not imagine I know I've done a lot of work. Like I've worked nine, like the ones from 6 to 5 jobs, 12 hours and all that. And I know work is hard, but also content creating is like you have to come up with things. You got to record. You have an agenda, especially if you're sponsorship. So, and if you start to not like a few things about what you're getting sponsored, it's even worse. So, anyways, I'm gonna read a few more comments before. I already saw a comment that made me laugh, dude. But to kind of close this video, I found this video really good. They went straight to what it is. I was very informative. So it kind of eye-opening and to see actually a little more of the world of Konami. So on one of the comments says, it was the Beatrice band. Now that one, I believe, never changed Farfa. Yeah, I mean, it was funny. I know when the ban list came out, we even reacted at how he reacted when Beatrice got banned. I'm not a fan of Yugitubing as a business model, regardless of the individuals or the content. I also think Farfa's brand has leaned a bit too heavy on teenage. Oh my god, for my liking. That says ditching Konami is the right thing to do. Not because of he can talk about DB again, but he chose not to make excuses for the company's bad practice anymore. And commend him for that. I commend him for that. We need more people pushing for changes, not more people trying to secure the bag. So I am very, that's a good point. That comment, Spicy Memes 7458, that's a really good comment. Fortunately, when you create certain like content creation, it brings a few more people that are, or a few audience that are not very nice. And I get it. I believe it's hard. It's easy to type, but you don't know how bad you're with putting certain comments on social media, you know. And I think I've seen a few of his like on people commenting on his memes and stuff like that, or kind of on his YouTube. Unfortunately, Yu-Gi-Oh also have, like every community, you know, there is a good, like in every subject, video games and everything, there is that community that they have, unfortunately, half and half, like good, and then the other side is a little too crazy. But unfortunately, it's on the internet. So I do think that if that was one of the reasons, and he needed a little more of like peace and wanted to bring more different kind of content besides Yu-Gi-Oh, then good for him, you know. That's do what you love, you know. Do what you love, and if he loves to do more things besides Konami or Yu-Gi-Oh, then go for it. We'll see more. So that was a video I wanted to show you guys. I saw part of it, but then I stopped and I wanted to watch it with you guys. At the same time, it makes me understand that, you know, we all have a burnout, you know. We all have certain we get tired about things or maybe not being appreciated. And I think that's what happened with Farfa. Like maybe he needs a break. We all need a break. Like I mentioned, he kept Jesus, Mika. He kept posting a few like memes and stuff like that, or videos of his live streams and stuff. But definitely, I think this is an eye-opening that not everybody is happy with what's going on with Konami. I think at this point we are noticing how many people are disagreeing with what is happening, even if he has not put the details of actually what happened. We can kind of figure out what it is. Obviously, we're not gonna ask, or let's not push like kind of, hey, what happened? But definitely this it's an eye-opening. Things are not looking good. And then if he decided to leave, this is letting us know that, something probably not good coming. Maybe it's the next band list. But anyways, this was a video of me reacting to a Yugituber, or a video about Farfa. I think I've been gone for a minute working, that I didn't notice on his like I mentioned, I'm not in Twitch neither. I mean, not Twitch. I've not been in Twitter, and I didn't notice that. But I guess we'll have to wait and see when he's gonna make a video talking about it. And like the video mentioned, when he comes back, we hope that Konami appreciate him more, because thanks to content creators like him, we get influenced by booster box and so on. Anyways, you guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll make a live stream tomorrow. If not, guys, I have a loaded schedule today, I mean this week, of work, so I'm gonna try my best on streaming with you guys. I want to say thank you, everyone. Feel very blessed to have you guys with me, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Au revoir, à la prochaine.